Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Mr. Adebanjo. I want to strongly welcome you to this video. In this video, we are going to be discussing extensively on the Lagos State Public Secondary School examination, the third term examination for 2024 for SS2 classes, and we're going to be discussing the General Mathematics objective and theory questions that was given to them in the last year 2024 third term examination for SS2 students. So both the objective and the theory of the question will be discussed extensively here, and we are going to be discussing or solving together the 50 objective questions and the 10 theory question given to them, and we are going to be providing a solution to each of the question and see how easy they are. And also we are going to be telling you the topics where each of the questions emanate from. And before we get it started, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click the subscribe button on the channel right now, and by doing so you are helping us to improve the channel. And don't forget to share this video. Don't be self-centered. There are a lot of students out there who need these resource materials to help them prepare for examination, and don't be selfish. Share this video on every platform that you belongs to, whether WhatsApp, Facebook, and other social media platform that you have. There are people that are yet to discover this channel, who are seriously in need of the content on this channel, and the only way you can help us reach out to them is by sharing this video on the channel or platform that you belongs to, or the group you belongs to. And don't forget to click the subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, so that you will be notified whenever we post videos on this channel. Give a like to this video, and you can also click on the notification button so that you will be notified whenever we post information on this platform. And as you do so, may the good Lord bless you in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Now, let's start with the objective part of the question. The first question here says that we have to simplify 3 over 4 minus 1 over 3 multiplied by 4 number 1 over 3 divided by 3 number 1 over 4. This question is from the fraction, simplification of a fraction. So this is the question we were given, and we know that BODMAS need to be applied here, since we are having brackets, we are having subtraction, we are having multiplication and division also. And before you do that, you need to convert these mixed numbers or mixed fraction to improper fraction. And if you do that, if you work on the bracket, and that means you are subtracting two fractions, that means you need to find the LCM. LCM is what we use to add or subtract fractions from one another. So what's the LCM of 4 and 3? That will be 12. Then 4 in 12 is 3. Then 3 times 3 will give us 9. Minus 3 in 12 is 4. 4 times 1 will give us 4. Then multiply by, change this to improper fraction. That will be 3 times 4, that gives us 12, plus 1, that gives us 13 over 3, divided by, also change this to improper fraction. 4 times 3 give us 12, plus 1 give us 13 over 4 also. And from there, if you simplify for that, 9 minus 4 will give us 5. So that gives us 5 over 12 times 13 over 3. Then we can change this division sign to times. So that means we inverse this fraction. 4 will go up, to 13 will go down. That will give us this. Then from there, since we are having multiplication, so we are now only left with multiplication, we can reduce the fraction where necessary. 13 can go in 13. Then 4 can go in 4, 1. 4 can go in 12. That means you have a 3 there. So that means you are left with 5 times 1 times 1, that gives us 5. And 3 times 3 will give us 9. So that means you are left with, okay, what I did here is that 13 will cancel 13. So you are left with 5 over 12 times 4 over 3, which is this. But if you want to do it straight away, you can do it if you know what you are doing. Then from here, 4 can go in 12. That will be was 3. So you are left with a 5 times 1 over 3 times 3. That gives us 9. So that make option A the right answer for question number 1. Question number 2 is from the number base. We are told that the hexadecimal system is the operation of numbers in the base dash. So hexadecimal is a number in base 16, which is option D for question number 2. For question number 3 is also on a number base. The question is from number base. We are told that if 23 base p is equals to 21 base 3, you have to find the value of p. So 23 is in base p and 3 is in base, 21 is in base 3. So from there, the first thing to do is to convert them to the same base. Change this to the same base with this one as well, and the base we can change them to is base 10. So change this to base 10 and change this to base 10 as well. And how do we change a number from one base to base 10? Is by expansion. So you expand this and you also expand this. So the first thing to do is to first of all tag this number. So this number 3 here will have power of 0, this one has power of 1. Then 1 will have power of 0, 2 will have power of 1. We will now expand the bracket. So that means you'll be having 2 times p raised to power 1 plus 3 times p raised to power 0 equals to 2 times 3 raised to power 1 plus 1 times 3 raised to power 0. So that will give us what you're having here. So, and from there you can simplify further. P raised to power 1 is the same as p. So p times 2 give us 2p. P times 0, p raised to power 0 is 1 times 3, that gives us 3 equals to 3 raised to power 1 is 3. 2 times 3 gives us 6. Then 3 raised to power 0 is 1 rather. 1 times 1 gives us 1. So that means you're left with 2p plus 3 here equals to 6 plus 1. Then from there you can collect the like times. We'll be having 2p plus 3 equals to 7. Then bring 3 here. That gives us 2p equals to 4, because 7 minus 3 gives us 4. Divide both sides by 2. P will be equals to 2. So option B is the right answer for that question. Question number 4 is from the modular arithmetic. It's from modular arithmetic. We are told that 3s is equivalent to 4 mod 5. We have to find the value of x, knowing that x is multiplying 3. So what will be the number that will multiply 3 in mod 5 to give us 4? That's what you are asked to find. Which number will you need to multiply with 3 to give us a 4 in mod 5? How do we get that? The first thing is to get the number in mod 5. All the number in mod 5 are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the number in mod 5. So one of these number will multiply 3 to give us 4 in mod 5. That's what you have to look for. One of these numbers in this mod 5 will multiply 3 to give us 4. Then how do we verify that? We have to do step by step. So we start with the first number, which is 0. You replace this x by 0 and you multiply it by 3, and with whatever you get, if it's equal to 4 in mod 5, that means 0 is our answer. But if it's not equal to that, it's not equal to 4, when you multiply it, that means you move to the next number, which is 1. So let's start the first one. Then 3 multiplied by our x, in this case is 0. So you have x, the 3 times 0, which is equal to 0, and 0 is not equal to 4 we have to get here. So that means 0 is not the answer. We try the next one. So 1 will multiply 3 here. So we'll be having 3 times 1, and 3 times 1 is equal to 3, and 3 is not equal to 4 in mod 5. So that means 1 is not our answer as well. So we try to test the next one, which is 2. So we'll be having 3 times 2 equals to 6, and 6 is more than mod 5. So we need to reduce it back to mod 5. So how do we do that? That mod, which is 5, will divide 6. That will give us 1, remainder 1. So you now write the remainder. So the remainder is the mod or the answer. So 6 in mode 5 is 1, and 1 is not the same thing as the answer we are looking for, which is 4. So 1 is not equal to 4. So that means this 2 that we have used to multiply 3 is not the answer also. Let's try 3. So you're having 3 times 3. 3 times 3, that'll give us 9. So 9 is more than mode 5, so we need to reduce it back to mode 5. So that will be 9 divided by 5, that'll give us 4. That'll give us 1, remainder 4. Alright? 9 divided by 5 give us 1, remainder 4. So we have to write the remainder, which is 4 here. And 4 is equals to the 4 we are looking for in mode 5. So that means our answer, our x, is this 3 that we are used to multiply 3. So our answer is 3 here. So which makes option C the right answer for question number 4. So answer is C. Question number 5 is from quadratic expression. We have to factorize this quadratic expression, 15 minus 2a minus a squared. So this is a quadratic expression. We have to factorize it. So we are meant to get 2 brackets. So normally this is not arranged properly, but does not mean that we cannot still work with it. If you like, can rearrange it. That will give us minus a squared minus 2a plus 15. But we can still work with it like this. So the first thing to do is to multiply this constant by the coefficient of a squared. So the coefficient of this coefficient of a squared is minus 1. It will multiply 15. That gives us a minus 15. Then you now look for 2 factors of minus 15 that when you multiply together, it will give us minus 15. And when you add them together, it will give us minus 2. So the factors of minus 15 that when you multiply together, will give us minus 15. I mean the 2 factors of minus 15. 2 numbers you can multiply together to give us minus 15. And when you multiply them, when you add them together, it will give us minus 2. And that should be plus 5 minus 3. Plus 5 minus 3. So those 2 numbers will now replace minus 2a here. So you'll be having 15 plus 5a. Sorry, that's a plus 5 minus I said minus 5 plus 3 rather. Minus 5 plus 3 are the 2 numbers we are looking for. Minus 5 plus 3. So minus 5 plus 3 give us minus 2. So those 2 numbers will now replace minus 2a here. So you'll be having 15 minus 5a plus 3a minus a squared, which is this. Then you can now factorize. So something is common to this, which is 5. You have 5 into 3 minus a. Something is common here, which is a. You have a into 3 minus a as well, which is what you're having here. Then 5 will go with a. So you have 5 plus a into, you pick one of the bracket, 3 minus a. So that is the answer for that question. We can now find the option that is suitable for this question we are having here, which is option B. Question number 6 is from set. In how many subsets are in set A if set A is having an element of 2, 3, 4, 7? So that means you are trying to look for the power set. We are trying to look for the power set of set A, and that we can find using 2 raised to power n, where n is the number of elements in the set we are looking for its power set. Then from there, that means you'll be having 2 raised to power n. You are having 4 elements here. You'll be having 2 raised to power 4. So 2 raised to power 4 will give us a 16. So that means this set A has a 16 subset, which make option B the right answer. Question number 7 is from bearing. The bearing of Agua from Budu is 115 degrees. What is the bearing of Budu from Agua? So bearing is a very, very important topic in mathematics, and if you want to know it very well, you can check my YouTube channel. There's a video I made on bearing, where I discuss bearing extensively from the beginning to the end, and we solve lot of past questions on bearing. So if you want to really help yourself, you can check my YouTube channel. There's a video I made on bearing. Look for that video. It has been helping a lot of students, and they have been giving kudos to that video. So you can check that video. So let's start with this question. The bearing of Agua from Budu is 115 degrees. So that means you start with Budu. So you locate the cardinal point to represent Budu. So let's say this is the cardinal point, and this cardinal point is representing Budu. So Budu, the bearing is 115 degrees. So 115 degrees will fall here, since we are going from here to here is 90. From here to here is 180. and 115 is more than 115 is more than 90, so that means go to 4 here. So you draw a straight line to join the Budu to Agua, and at this point also you draw another cardinal point. So this cardinal point will represent Agua. So then you can label it, this is Badu, and okay, instead of Budu I call it Badu, no problem. Then this is Agua here. Then the bearing of this Agua from Budu is 115. So that means the angle between them from the north to this line here, because this is a 3-degree bearing, so the origin should be north. From the north to that straight line will be 115 degrees. So we are now looking for the bearing of this Badu or Budu from Agua. So that will be angle from the north to the line that join them together also. So the bearing of Budu from Agua is the angle from the north down to the line that join them together, which is this angle that we have marked here. Then how can we find the angle here? It is very easy. So we can locate the angle that is here. You can find the remaining angle here, because the whole angle from the north to the south is 180 degrees. So that means the angle here will be 180 minus 115, that gives us 65. And if this angle is 65, that means you can also find the angle that is here, because they have relationship. So the angle here will be 65 also, because it is alternate angle to this angle here. So if this angle is 65 and we are looking for the whole angle from here to here, we know that from the north back to the north is 360 degrees. So if you remove 65 from 360 degrees, that will give us the remaining angle we are looking for, which is the bearing of Badu from Agua. So therefore the bearing of Budu from Agua will give us 360 minus 65, and that should give us a 295 degree, which is option D. Question number 8 is from the solid mensuration of solid shape. Mensuration of solid shape. We are having the composite show. The composite shown is made up of dash and dash. So the upper part is a pyramid, and the lower part is a cube. So that means you're having cube. Sorry, yes, you're having cube and pyramid, which is option D for question number 8. Question number 9 is from the statistics. In this case, is from the pie chart. The pie chart represents 24 hours in the life of Kiki. What percentage of our time is spent traveling if 1 hour 20 minutes represent X? So this X, which is talking about the angle, the sectorial angle for traveling, then we have to find the percentage of our time that represent this X. Knowing that it takes 24 hours. 24 hours represent the is 20 we are looking for the percentage of what percentage of our time is spent traveling if 1 hour 20 minutes represent X. So the time that represent this X for traveling is 1 hour 20 minutes out of 24 hours, then multiply by 100. That will give us the percentage of the time spent on traveling. If this time is spent on traveling and out of 24 hours, then you have to change that to percentage. So that will be this time is spent on the traveling out of 24 hours multiplied by 100, since we are taking it to percentage. And the first thing to do is to forward change this 1 hour 20 minutes to hours. So 1 hour 20 minutes will give us a 1 number 1/3 hours, in the sense that we need to change this 20 minutes to hours, and we know that 1 hour make 60 minutes make 1 hour. So then 20 will now be 20 over 60. That will give us a 1/3. Then multiply by 1 hour. Yeah, that give us 1 hour. 1 hour 1/3 hours, which is 4/3 hours rather. So from there, total time that is spent is is 24 hours. Then we want to change this. We want to find the percentage of our time spent on for traveling. That will be the time spent for traveling out of 24 hours. That is 4/3 divided by 24 multiplied by 100. Then we can now change this one. You can express this one like 4/3. Then division sign, you can write that division sign like this: 24 multiplied by 100. Then we can change this one to multiplication. That will give us a 4/3 times 1/24 multiplied by 100, which we can now reduce 4 can go in 24, that gives us 6. So 3 times 6 give us 24 back. What am I saying? 3 times 6 will give us 18 rather. Then we now have 100 over 18, and that should give us 5.6%, which is option C. Question number 10 is from the logarithm of number less than 0. Logarithm of number less than 0. That is where we have a number with bars. So we have to simplify bar 6.4 minus bar 2.7. So then we have to subtract this from this. We have bar 6.4 minus bar 2.7. Then how do we do that? It's very simple. If you remember number logarithm in SS2, logarithm of number with number less than 0, that's where we have number with bars. So let's start. 4 minus 7 is impossible. You cannot remove 7 from 4 in this wise. Then that means we need to borrow from here, knowing fully well that bar 6 means that bar 6 is representing minus 6. So if I borrow from here also to here, that means I'm now having minus 7 instead of minus 6. I'm now having minus 7 instead of minus 6 if I should borrow from here to here. So if I borrow from here to here, this one becomes 14. Then 14 minus 7 will give us 7. So that means the answer here will be having 7. Then I'm now having bar 7 here. Bar 7 minus 2. That gives us minus 7 plus 2. Don't forget that we are having bar 7 here, which is minus 7. Then bar 2 also means minus 2. So minus 7 minus 2 minus minus give us a plus. So we have bar 7 minus 7 plus 2, that gives us a bar 5. So that gives us a bar 5.7 as the answer, which is option A. Question number 11 is still on logarithm of number less than 1. You have to, if bar 3.247 divided by 4 is equal to g, we'll find the value of g. So we have to look for the value, the answer when we use this 4 to divide this number with bars. So we are having bar 3.247 divided by 4. We know that we cannot use calculator in this way because of this bar. Calculator will not be able to relate with this bar, and the 4 cannot go. You cannot press calculator with this. If you press it, it will not be able to interpret this very well. So what do we do first? We need to change this bar 3 to two numbers we can add together. One of the number is having bar, and the other one is a positive number, and the one that is having bar must be a factor of 4. That is, 4 must be able to go in it without remainder. So I will come again. You need to improvise because 4 cannot go in bar 3 directly. So we need to improvise. Look for two numbers. One is positive, the other one is negative. The one that is negative must be a factor of 4, and when we add the two numbers together, it must give us bar 3, and that should be bar 4 plus 1. Bar 4 plus 1. So okay, I just separated this one to give us this. So that does not change anything. We are still having bar 3 plus this, that will give us this one back. So as I was saying, we need to improvise. So from there, we need to replace this one with bar 4 plus 1. Bar 4 plus 1 will give us bar 3, and 4 can now go in bar 4 straight away now, and 4 can now divide this. So we can now divide this now. 4 in bar 4, that will give us bar 1. Then plus, you can now divide this now. 4 in 1 is 0, so you have 0. 4 in 12 will give us 3. Then 4 in 4 will give us 1. In 7 will give us 1 also. So let's start. 4 in bar 4 will give us bar 1 plus then 1.247 divided by 4. You can use calculator for this one now because this is a positive number. So that gives us 0.31175. Then from there, bar 1 plus 0 will give us bar 1.31175. And our answer is in 4 decimal places. That will give us bar 1.3118, which is option C. Question number 12. We have to round up this to two significant figures. So this is approximation. We have to approximate 0.06375 to two significant. So the first significant number here is 6, because 0 and 0 here does not have any significance. So the second significant number here is 3. So we look for the number after, which is 7, which is up to 5. We add it up to 1 and add it to the 3. That gives us a 0.064 to two significant figure, which is option B. Then the next number is on sequence. The next question is from sequence. You have to find the next 3 terms of the sequence: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. You have to find the next 3 terms of the sequence. Now the first thing to know is to know the pattern to which this sequence is gotten, or how did they get this sequence here. Let's verify. I think it's 0 plus 1 will give us 1. Then 1 plus 1 will give us 2. Then 1 plus 2 will give us 3. Then 2 plus 3 will give us 5. 3 plus 5 will give us 8. That is how they build the sequence. 0 plus 1 will give us 1. 1 plus 1 will give us 2. 1 plus 2 will give us 3. 2 plus 3 will give us 5. 3 plus 5 will give us 8. Then the next one, now what can you predict the next one? The next one will be 5 plus 8. That gives us 13. 13, that's the next one. So we have gotten the first, we have to guess the next 3 terms. We have gotten the first one, then how do you get the next one? That should be 8 plus 3, then 8 plus 13 rather, that should give us 21. Then how do you get the last one? That will be 13 plus 21, that give us 34. So that make option A the right answer for question number 13. Question number 14 is from the arithmetic progression, which is sequence and series. How many terms are in the AP? 2, minus 9, minus 20 to minus 1 and 14 as the last term there. So like I told you, it's question from arithmetic progression AP. So the first term of that sequence is 2. Then since we are told that it's an AP, that means it's supposed to have a common difference. So we can find the common difference by the second term minus first term. That will be minus 9 minus 2. That gives us minus 11. So that's the common difference. So we are looking for number of terms in this sequence, which is our n. We are looking for number of terms. How many times is between 2 and minus 1 and 41? And we are given the nth term, which is the last term. So the nth term we are given is minus 1 and 41, which is the nth term, last term. And to find the nth term of an AP, that will be a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. So the nth term, we know the value of the nth term, which is minus 1 and 41. So we'll be having minus 1 and 41 equals to the first term is 2 plus n minus 1 multiplied by the common difference, which is minus 11. From then, these two can come here. You'll be having minus 141 minus 2, which gives us a minus 143. So, and this minus 11 will open the bracket. So we'll be having minus 11 times n. That gives us minus 11n. Then minus 11 times minus 1 will give us plus 11. So excuse me. So we can collect like terms from there. You'll be having 11 plus 2, that gives us 13. Minus 11n. Collect like terms also. You'll be having minus 11n equals to minus 141 minus 13. So that gives us minus 11n equals to minus 154. You can divide both sides by minus 11. N will be equals to 14. So that means there are 14 terms between 2 and minus 141. Option D, the right answer. Question number 15 is from quadratic equation. We have to find the quadratic equation whose roots are minus half and whose roots are minus half and 1 over 3. So we are given the roots of a quadratic equation. To find the quadratic equation back, so there are many ways of doing this, but the cheaper way of doing it is by using the template. If you are looking, you can see that the equation here we are having t as the variable, so you can use this format to get the equation. How? We have t squared. Since you are looking for quadratic equation, minus, you sum these roots together, sum the two roots, then multiply by t, plus you find the product of the two roots also equals to 0. So if you put that into this, you'll be having t squared minus open bracket, sum the two roots, and you add them together, minus half plus 1 over 3 multiplied by t, plus you find the product. That means you multiply the two roots as well, which is minus half times 1 over 3 equals 0. Then from there, you can find the LCM of the bracket since you're adding the two fractions together. So we have in t squared minus open bracket. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. 2 in 6 is 3. 3 times minus 1 give us minus 3 plus 3 in 3 is 2. So 3 in 6 rather is 2 times 1, that gives us a plus 2 there into bracket t. Then you multiply this, that gives us a 1 times 1 give us a 1 over 2 times 3 is 6 equals 0. Then minus 3 plus 2 give us a minus 1 over 6. Then minus 1 times minus here will give us a plus. So we'll be having t squared plus 1 over 6t minus 1 over 6 equals to 0. So we can clear the fraction by multiplying through by 6. So I multiply t squared by 6, that gives us a 6t squared. If I multiply 1 over 6 by 6, that gives us a 1 times t, that gives us a t. If I multiply minus 1 over 6 by 6, that gives us a minus 1 equals to 0. So that's the equation we are looking for, which is option A, or question number 15. Question number 17 is from the simultaneous equation. We have to solve 3 over x plus 5 over y equals to 9 over x minus 5 over y equals to 1. So this equation is saying that this is equals to this is equals to this. So we can create equation two separate equations from that by saying this will be equals to 1. Also, this will also be equals to 1 as well. So since 3 of them are equal, so that means you can say 3 over s plus 5 over y equals to 1. Then from there, we need to simplify this equation better. How? We can write this as 3 into bracket 1 over s plus 5 into bracket 1 over y equals to 1. This and this are equal because 3 will multiply 1, that should give us 3 over x, and 5 will multiply 1, that should give us 5 over y also. So from here now, we can now call 1 over x and 1 over y another variable. So we can say let p be 1 over x and q be 1 over y, so that it can give us a simple equation to solve. So that means if I replace this by p and replace it by q, I'll be having 3p plus 5q equals to 1. You can call that one equation 1. So then from the second one also, you'll be having 9 over x minus 5 over y equals to 1. We can also do the same thing here. So that gives us 9 into 1 over x minus 5 into 1 over y equals to 1. So we can also use p to represent 1 over x and q to represent 1 over y. That gives us 9p minus 5q equals to 1, which is equation 2. We can now solve equation 1 and equation 2 simultaneously to find the value of our p and q. And when we now know the value of our p and q, you can come back and find the value of our x and y, which is what we are looking for technically. So let's solve equation 2 and equation 1 simultaneously. We can use a elimination method. We are having minus 5q here, we are having plus 5q here, so we can add the two equations to eliminate q. So add equation 1 and equation 2, we'll be having 3p plus 9p, that gives us a 12p equals to 1 plus 1 gives us a 2. So we'll be having 12p equals to 2, divide both sides by 12, p will be equals to 1 over 6. We can now substitute this one into equation 1 or equation 2 to find the value of q. So this is equation 1. So we put the value of p into equation 1. That will give us a 3 times p is 1 over 6 plus 5 times q equals to 1. Then from there, 3 will go in 6. That gives us a 1 over 2 plus 5p equals to 1. You can collect like terms from there. So if you take half here, that gives us a 5p minus 5p is equals to 1 minus half. 1 minus half will give us half. Then you can now divide both sides by 5 to get q. So we have q equals to 1 over 10. Because if 5 comes here, you divide both sides by 5. That means you have 1 over 2 divided by 5. We can change that division to times. That gives us 1 over 2 times 1 over 5. That gives us a 1 over 10. So our p is 1 over 6 and our q is 1 over 10. We can now use that to go back to this point here to find the value of our x and the value of our q. Let's do that. So if you recall that p is 1 over x, and now we know the value of our p. Our p is 1 over 6. So you can return that into this place. So we have 1 over 6 equals 1 over x. So from here you can get the value of our x. It's either you cross multiply to, so s will be equal to 6, or you can just inverse both sides. Since you're having single fraction here, single fraction, you can just inverse this, that'll give us s to be 6. Then having known that, you can now find the value of our y also, knowing that our q here is 1 over 10. So record that our q is equal to 1 over y, and our q is 1 over 10. You have 1 over 10 equals to 1 over y. You can also cross multiply or inverse this two fraction, that gives us y to be equals to 10. So that means our answer is going to be 6 comma 10. S is 6, y is 10, which is option B. Question number 18 is from the trigonometric ratio. In this case, trigonometric complementary angle in trigonometric ratio. You have to, given that sign 5s plus 28 degrees equals to cos 3s minus 50 degrees, you have to find the value of x when your angle is between 0 and 90 degrees. So like I told you, this question is from complementary angle in trigonometric ratio. So you have to solve, you are given this equation to find x. So I can label that equation given to us as equation 1. You will now record the trigonometric complementary angle between angle angle s and angle 90 degrees. If you record that sine theta is equals to cos 90 minus theta, because theta is complementary to 90 minus theta. So sine is complementary to cos. So in this case, if you record this, this is as a result of the question given to us. So you may be given cos is equals to sine as well. That means you'll be having cos theta equals to sine 90 minus theta. So now if you record that this is a complementary angle, then we can now simplify this to look like this. How? Our theta here is being replaced by 5x plus 28. So theta here is being 5x plus 28 will replace theta here. And here, whatever you put theta, you replace theta with here, it's going to replace theta here as well. So that means I will need to simplify, replace this theta by 5s plus 28, which is the angle given to us. So if I do that, I'll be having sine 5s plus 28, which is for this, equals to cos 90 minus our theta here is replaced by 5s plus 28. So I'll be having this kind of thing. I'll be having this equation here, which I believe you understand. Then you will now open this bracket by minus. So you'll be having cos 5s plus 28 equals to cos 90 minus 5s, then minus 28. You can collect like times here. 90 minus 28 will give us 62 minus 5x. You can call down equation 2. We can now compare equation 1 and equation 2 here. So this will cancel this. Then you're having cos 3x minus 50 to be equal to cos 62 minus 5x. So from there, cos will take care of cos. Then from there, you'll be having 3x minus 50 equals to 62 minus 5x. Collect like times. You'll be having 3x plus 5x, that gives us 8x equals to 62 plus 50, that gives us 112. Divide both sides by 8. S will be 14, which is option A. Question number 19 is from the circle geometry. You have to find the value of angle labeled y here. And that is very simple, because we know that this angle AOC reflex, the angle that is here, angle AOC reflex, has relationship with angle 140 degrees. Reason being that the angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference. And the angle we are having here and angle y have relationship, angle at a point. So like I told you, angle AOC reflex, not angle AOC. Angle AOC is y, because that one is smaller than the angle AOC reflex. So the angle AOC reflex will be 2 times 140. Angle at the center is twice the angle at the circumference, which is 280. Then to find angle y will be 360 minus 280. That gives us because angle at the center, angle at a point, y will be 80 degrees, which is option C. Question number 20 is from the word problem. BB and Fathia ages add up to 29 degrees, but 7 years ago, BB was twice as old as Fathia. What are their present ages? So we can use B to represent BB and use F to represent failure age. So that means if you go with the first statement here, BB and failure age is added up to 29. So BB stands for capital B and the F stands for the age of failure. So their ages added together will give us 29, which is equation 1. Then, but 7 years ago, so 7 years ago, what will be the age of BB? That will be B minus 7. So 7 years ago, BB will be BB was B minus 7 years, and 7 years ago, failure also was F minus 7 years also. Then we are told that 7 years ago, BB was twice as old as failure. BB was twice as old as failure. So that made the age of BB 7 years ago is equal to 2 times the age of failure, which will give us B minus 7, which is the age of BC before, 7 years ago rather, equals to 2 times the age of failure 7 years ago. If you open the bracket, you'll be having B minus 7 equals to 2F minus 14. You can collect like terms from there also. Then you'll be having B minus 2F equals to minus 14 plus 7. And that will give us B minus 2F equals to minus 7 equals to equation 2. We can now solve this equation simultaneously to find the value of B and F. Then from there, we can eliminate B here by subtracting, by removing equation 2 from equation 1. So remove equation 2 from equation 1. You have a B minus B, that gives us 0. Then you'll be having F minus 2F, that gives us a 3F. So F minus 2F, that gives us a 3F equals, so we'll be having 29 minus 7, that gives us a 36. Then divide both sides by 3. Then F will be equals to 12. So that means the age of a failure was is 12 years, and we can now use that to find the value of the age of BC by substituting the value of F into equation 1 or equation 2. We can do that in equation 1. B plus A equals 29. F is equals to is 12, so you can put that here. So you have B plus 2 equals 29. Then B will be 29 minus 12. Then B will be equal to 17. So that means BC or BB, whatever they call it, is 17 years, while failure was is 12 years. So that makes option A the right answer for question number 20. Question number 21 is from coordinate geometry. We have to calculate the gradient of line E in the diagram. Meanwhile, we have different lines here. There's one line here, there's another one here, but they said line E. So this is E here. This time they're talking about this line. If you are talking about this line, this straight line here, that's line here. You have to find the gradient of that straight line. And we know that this straight line, the way it is bent from the left to the right upward, this one is going to give us a positive gradient. This one here, this A here, will give us a negative gradient, and this C will also give us a positive gradient. But there's another one which is D here. There's another line which is D. That one is a horizontal line. That one has the gradient of 0. But we have to find the gradient of a straight line E. So that we need to form a triangle, a right angle triangle with this straight line at the point you want. So I can easily use this point here. I can draw a straight line here, then another one here to form the right angle triangle. So we'll now find the change in y over change in x. So you know that the gradient is a change in y, which is y2 minus y1 over s2 minus x1. In this case, our y2 will be 0 and our y1 will be minus 1. So we'll be having 0 minus 1 over our s2 is 2 here, and our s1 is 0 also. So we'll be having 0 minus 1 over 2 minus 0. So math and will give us 1, that will give us 1 over 2, which is option C for question number 21. Question number 22 is from the inequalities. We have to translate the graph. Yeah, we have to translate it. It's very simple as well. We are having two different inequalities. This circle is not shaded. That means it is a strong inequality, and this one is shaded. That means a weak inequality. So we have minus 7 here, and the arrow is going this way. That means minus 7 is greater, s is greater than, our s here is greater than minus 7. So that means we having s is greater than minus 7 for the first part. And here we are having a weak inequality because it is shaded. And the arrow is going this way. That means our x is less than, because the number that are here are less than the minus 2. So the number that are here are less than or equals to minus 2 because it is shaded. Should be having s is less than or equals to minus 2. Then we'll now combine this one together to give us a single inequality. So minus 7 is less than minus 2. It's not up to minus 2. So minus 7 will come to the left hand here, and minus 2 will be here. So that means I'll be having if x is greater than minus 7, that means minus 7 will be less than x. So we'll be having minus 7 less than x, less than or equals to minus 2. So that gives us this answer, which is option C. Question number 23 is from circle geometry also. Study the following statement and study the following statement and state which is or are true in the diagram. So we are having this diagram, and this is exactly quadrilateral. We have been given this angle S1, angle Y, and angle S2. So we have to show the relationship between the angles given. The first one says that angle S, which is the exterior angle, is equals to x1, which is the opposite interior to this exterior, plus y, which is wrong. This angle here cannot be this plus this. No, it's not possible. Angle S2 is equals to angle S1 based on the theorem. Exterior angle of a circle equilateral is equal to opposite interior angle. And the angle X2 and angle Y are they add up to 180 degrees because this angle on a straight line. So that means this is wrong. Let's check the second one. Y plus x1 equals 180. Y plus s1 is equal to 180. That's correct because the opposite angles of circle equilateral are supplementary. So that is correct. Let's check for this one. Y is equal to s1 plus s2. Y is equal to s1 plus s2. That is wrong. That cannot be true also. This and this are equal, but they cannot add up to a y. So technically, if you look at the option, it is only this one option. Remember, we got 2 that is correct. So I've already explained everything to you. So this is wrong, this is correct, this is false also. So that means option B is the right answer for question number 23. Question number 24 is from coordinate geometry. In this case, you have to find the gradient of the straight line joining this point and this point together, given their coordinates. And you can easily use the formula for finding gradient: y2 minus y1 over s2 minus x1. Our y2 is minus 6, our y1 is 3. If you put that into the formula, you have minus 6 minus 3 over s2 is 8, and our s1 is minus 4. Into this, we'll be having minus 9 over 12. So that will give us minus 3 over 4, which is option C. Question number 25 from trigonometric ratio. What is the ratio for tan theta in the diagram below? This is theta here, this angle theta. Tan is opposite over adjacent. That will give us A over C, which is option D. Then question number 26 is from the algebraic fraction. Algebraic fraction, and in this case we have to state the value of x for which this fraction minus this fraction is not defined. And we know that a fraction is not defined when the denominator is equal to 0, and we cannot apply that yet until we make this we combine this fraction to become a single fraction. So how do we do that? Is by finding the LCM. So if I find the LCM to combine this fraction to a single fraction before we can now apply the undefined statement. And what can we do first? Instead of finding the LCM of this and this, you can further simplify. You can factorize this quadratic expression at the denominator and the quadratic expression at the denominator. You can also factorize them. So when we now factorize them, you can now use that to find the LCM, if you remember how to simplify algebraic fraction. So this is quadratic expression. We can simplify it. So 1 s squared here, the coefficient of s squared is 1. So 1 will multiply minus 5, that gives us minus 5. We look for two factors of minus 5. That when we multiply together give us minus 5. When we add them together, that will give it will give us a plus 4. And that should be plus 5 minus 1. Plus 5 minus 1. So that will now replace 4x here. So that will give us the s squared plus 5x minus x minus 5. So that means we'll be having this, then minus, then we do the same thing here also. One will multiply 15 first, that will give us 15. We now look for two factors of 15 that you can multiply together to give us 15. And when you add it, will give us 8. That will be plus 5 plus 3. So that plus 5 plus 3 will replace 8x here. That will give us s squared plus 3x plus 5 plus 15. We can now factorize this, factorize this. If you factorize the that s is common, we have x into bracket s plus 5. Then here minus 1 is common, we have minus 1 into s plus 5 minus over factorize the that gives us s into s plus 3. 5 is common, we have plus 5 into s plus 3. Then bring this together, we'll be having s squared plus, okay, over s minus 1 into s plus 5 over 2s minus 1 over, bring this together, s plus 5 into s plus 3. Then now we can now find the LCM to bring this fraction, to make this two fraction a single fraction by finding the LCM. So the LCM now will be s minus 1, s plus 3, and the s plus 5, because s plus 5 is common to both of them. So you can, so the LCM will now be that. So LCM is x minus 1, s plus 5, s plus 3. So this denominator in this LCM, that means you'll be left with s plus 3. Then s plus 3 will now multiply the numerator. That means you'll be having this. Then minus this denominator in this LCM, you'll be left with s minus 1. The s minus 1 will now multiply the numerator. You'll be having 2 minus s into s minus 1. So we don't have any business with the numerator since we are dealing with undivided fraction. And an undivided fraction is the fraction whose denominator is equals to 0. So that means the denominator here will be equal to 0. So we'll be having s minus 1 plus s plus 5 into s plus 3 equals 0. So that means each of them, if you remember if you know the statement of this, that means each of them are equals to 0. So s minus 1 equals 0, or s plus 5 equals 0, or s plus 3 equals 0. From there, we'll be able to find our x. S will be equals to 1, s will be equals to minus 5, s equals to minus 3. So which is what you're having here. So that will make let's go back to check our option. And that make option, I think option B the right answer for question number 26. Question number 27 is also an algebraic fraction. Algebraic fraction, we are having a squared minus b squared over a plus b squared divided by a minus b all squared over 3a plus 3b. So how do we do it? This is a difference of two squares, which should give us a plus b, a minus b over a plus b in two places. So that should give us this is giving us this. The numerator is difference of two squares, and the denominator is a perfect square. So divide, okay, you can change this division to times. So this will go up, this will come down. And 3 is common here, you can factorize 3. So you have 3 into a plus b. And a minus b square is a minus b in two places, which is a perfect square. From there we can reduce. A plus b will cancel a plus b. Then a plus b also will cancel a plus b here. A minus b will take care of a minus b. So you're left with 3 over a minus b. So which is option C for question number 27. Question number 28, we have to find the conjugate of this surd 3 minus 2. What's the conjugate of surd 3 minus 2? That will be surd 3 plus 2, which is option B. Then also we have to express 5 over 3 surd 2 minus 2 over 3 surd minus surd 2 in terms of a plus b surd n. What is the value of b? So that is to say we have to simplify this surd then our answer should be in this format. From there, you'll be able to know the value of your b, which is the coefficient of surd n. Now, what can we do here? This can be done in two ways. Of course, we are consider this a fraction and denominator is in surd form. That means you can rationalize this minus. You can also rationalize this as well. But you can also do in this way by finding the LCM of these denominators. Then you can now simplify to give us a single fraction and do whatever you want to do from there. And I think that's what I did. I found the LCM of the denominators. And we know that the LCM of the denominator will be 3 plus surd 2 into bracket 3 minus surd 2, which is a difference of 2 square. So the LCM will be 3 plus surd 2 into bracket 3 minus surd 2. Then 3 plus surd 2 in this, that will be left with 3 minus surd 2 multiplied by 5. That will give us 5 into 3 minus surd 2. Then minus 3 minus surd 2 in this, that will give us 3 plus surd 2 multiplied by 2. That will give us this. From there, we can now open the bracket at the numerator, and the denominator is a difference of 2 square. So that means I can expand this bracket normally, or I can use idea of the difference of 2 square for the denominator. So I think I use the idea of difference of 2 square. So we have 3 square, that will give us a 9 minus surd 2 square, that will give us a 2. So then you open the bracket of the numerator. If you open the bracket of the numerator, you have 15 minus 5 surd 2. 15 minus 5 surd 2. Then minus 2 also open the bracket. You have minus 6 minus 2 surd 2. Then over, you apply the difference of 2 square here to do the expansion of this one, or you can expand normally. You see, come back to this. If you collect like times here, you'll be having 15 minus 6, that give us a 9. Then minus 5 surd 2 minus 2 surd 2, that give us a minus 7 surd 2 over 9 minus 2. So that will give us a 9 minus 7 surd 2 over 7. We can break this down into two different fractions. That will give us a 9 over 7 minus 7 surd 2 over 7. So 7 cancel 7. That will give us a minus surd 2. So you can see that this is now like this now. Our b is the coefficient of surd 2, and that should give us a minus 1. So b will be minus 1, and none of the option is correct except for this one that looks similar. Question number 30 is from inequalities as well. The graphical representation of linear inequality of two variables. So write the inequalities for the line 4x plus 3y equals to 12. So we want to change this equation to inequalities, and that equation represents this straight line we are having here, and the straight line is a broken line. So if it's a broken line, that means the inequality is a strong inequality. It is either less than or greater than. So, but if it's a thick line, that means it's going to be a weak inequality. That will be less than or equals to, or greater than or equals to. So now that the line is broken, that means the inequality will be less than, or it could be greater than. Then how do we know which one it is? Now this side is shaded. I can see this part is shaded. I mean, this part is not shaded. That means this part are required. This one that is not shaded are required. All these parts are not required. That's why they are shaded. So these are the required area. And at this point, the value here are less than, and the value here also are less than also. So that means we should be having 4x plus 3y less than 12 as our answer, which is option B. Question number 33 is on bearing. A bearing of 30 degrees northeast is expressed in 3 digits to 3-digit form as. So technically, you have to convert this compass bearing to 3-digit bearing. So you are converting the compass bearing to 3-digit bearing. So the first thing to do, so of course, if you are very smart, you should know the answer from here if you are very used to it. And that's why I say you should look for my video on bearing to enlighten you more. So if you don't know it, all you need to do is to draw a cardinal point to locate this bearing. So cardinal point, then north, this is north, this is east. So that means you'll be having a straight line here to represent the, to draw the angle. So I draw a straight line here from the north to the east. The angle is from the north to the east. So that means I will have an angle here which is 30 degrees. So I'm taking it to 3-digit bearing. So 3-digit bearing, the origin is also, the origin of the angle is from the north also to the line here. So that means the angle I'm looking for in 3 digits is also from the north to this line here. So that will also be give us 30 degrees, 30 degrees as the angle in 3-digit bearing, which is option A. Now, question number 34 is from angle of elevation. And I also have a video on angle of elevation. If you want to understand angle of elevation very well, check the video on my channel. You will see the video is a comprehensive video that explains everything on the angle of elevation and depression. So the question said that the angle of elevation of an aircraft from point K on the horizontal ground is 30 degrees. So that means there is a point K on the ground and there is an aircraft high above. So that means somebody is representing point K looking at the aircraft because the point elevates to look at the aircraft. So that means if this K is representing a human being because it's only an animate thing that can observe. So that means something, this K is representing an animate thing, whether human being or an animal. So that means the person will be looking at straight first. That should be the original side of the person. You now look at the aircraft, you will now look up. Then the angle here is now the angle 30 degrees, which is angle of elevation. And if the aircraft is 800 meters above the ground, so the distance of the aircraft from the above the ground is 800, that will be 800 meters. So how far is K? How far is it from K? So that is how far is the aircraft from K? Then we are looking for this side, and we should know that this will be perpendicular to the ground. So that gives us a right angle triangle. So you are looking for this side, which is you can use trigonometric ratio opposite over the side we are looking for, which is sine 30 equals to 800 over AK. From there you can cross multiply, or if you know that if you know the trigonometry of special angle, sine 30 is 1 over 2, you can use that and get your answer easily to give us 1600, I think. So but if you don't know that you can cross multiply, you have AK sine 30 equals to 800, divide both by sine 30. So okay, I said sine 30 is 1 over 2. Okay, I already that. So that gives us 1 over 2 AK equals to 800. Cross multiply. AK will be 2 times 800. That gives us 1600 meters as the distance of the person from the aircraft. So that make option A the right answer for question number 34. Question number 36 is from subject formula. Question number 36 is from subject formula. And if P is equals to square root of QR into bracket 1 plus 3T over R, we have to make R square the formula. So in that case, we have this R, the R we are looking for is already caged. It is caged by this square root. You need to get rid of the square root first. And how do we remove square roots? By finding the square of both sides. Take the square of both sides. So if I take the square of P, that gives us P square. If I take the square of this side, that gives us, it will remove the square root. So we have P square equals to QR into 1 plus 3T over R. From there, what can we do? We can expand the bracket by the QR. So QR will multiply 1, that gives us QR. QR will multiply 3T over R. Then the R will cancel R. Then we'll be having Q to multiply 3T, that gives us Q3T. So 3QT. From there you can collect like times. We can move this one here. So we'll be having QR equals to P square minus 3QT. Our aim is to find R. So we can now divide both sides by Q. That will give us R to be equals to P square minus 3QT over Q. And then that will make option D the right answer. Question number 37 is from the measure of dispersion, which is statistics. Which of the following is a measure of dispersion? Range, median, percentile, quartile. Range is a measure of dispersion, which is option A. 38. The probability of Rufus passing an exam is not dash. So, of course, question number 38 is from probability. If there is a mistake in the question, there could be typographical error, or they are asking that what is probability that an event will not happen? That is probability that Rufus will not pass an exam, which is 0. So I think, unless there is a mistake in the question, probably you are given the probability that Rufus pass an exam, and they want to find the probability that it will not pass. So it's either there is an error in the question, or they are trying to ask for probability that an event will not occur. Probability that an event will not occur will be 0. So question number 39 also is from probability. Probability that Keba, Ebun, and Homer will hit a target are 2/3, 3/4, 4/5. Find probability that only Keba will hit the target. It's very simple as well. So the first thing to do is if Keba hits the target by 2/3, so we need to find probability that Keba will not hit the target. That will be 1 minus over 3. Then we need to find probability that Ebun also will not hit the target, probability that Homer will not hit the target. So the probability that only Keba will now hit the target will be probability that Keba will hit, multiplied by Ebun will not hit, multiplied by the Homer will not hit, because we are told that probability that only Keba will hit. So from there, I said that let K represent probability that Keba will hit the target, and let K prime be probability that Keba will not hit the target. That will be 1 minus over 3, that gives us 1/3. And let E be probability that Ebun will hit the target, that will be 3/4. And E prime will be probability that Ebun will not hit the target, that will be 1 minus 3/4, that will be 1/4. Let O represent probability that Homer will hit the target, which is 4/5 given to us. And O prime will be probability that Homer will not hit the target, that will be 1 minus 1/4, which is 1/5. Therefore, probability that only Keba will hit the target will be probability that Keba hit the target, multiplied by probability that Ebun will not hit the target, probability that Homer will not hit the target. So that's how to find probability that only Keba will hit the target. So from there, that will give us a probability that Keba will hit the target, that will be 2/3, times probability that Ebun will not hit, that is 1/4, multiplied by Homer will not hit, that will be 1/4, also 1/5. If we simplify this, 2 can go in 4, that gives us 2. That gives us 3 times 2 times 5. That gives us 1/30, which is option B. Question number 40 is from statistics also. The number of beans in some cocoa pods are 60, 70, 50, 48, 68, 72, 80, and 56. Now to calculate the standard deviation of the distribution. So the question is from standard deviation, which is a measure of dispersion. And before we can find the measure of dispersion, of course, we should know that the data given to us are ungrouped data or scattered data. So we have to find the standard deviation of an ungrouped data now. And before we can find standard deviation, we will need mean of the data to find the standard deviation. So if I will calculate mean, which is called S bar, mean is called S bar. And how do we find the mean of this data? You add them together, divided by number of data. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add those data together and divide it by 8. That will give us a 63. So the average of the data, or mean of the data, is 63. And to find standard deviation, we have the square root of the summation of x minus s bar squared over n. So that's why we found mean first. This s bar represents the mean of the data. So that's why we found mean first. So therefore, we need to now compute the deviation, which is x minus x bar. So you can construct a table for that. You have your x in a column. They can now compute for x minus s bar. That means you are removing your x, which are these data from your mean. So this is your x, which is the data we have here. Your x minus x bar rather. X minus x bar, which is what we need in this formula here. That means you are removing your x from the x bar, which is the mean. So we have 60 minus 63, that gives us a minus 3. Then 63 minus 70, that gives us 7. 63 minus 50, that gives us 13. 63 minus 48 gives us minus 15. 63 minus 68 gives us 5. 63 minus 72 gives us 9. 63 minus 80 will be minus 17. Then 63 minus 50 will give us minus 7. Then from there you can now square the deviation to s minus s bar square, and now you have to square it. So whatever you get here, you now square them. So that gives us s minus s bar square. That gives us a 9 square, 3 minus 3 square. That gives us 9. 7 square 49. 13 square is 169. Minus 15 square is 225. 5 square is 25. 9 square is 81. Minus 17 square is 289. Minus 7 square is 49. Then you have to summation. You have to sum those data, add it together. That gives us 896 divided by n, which is the number of data we have here, which is 8. If you put that into this formula, you'll be having square root of 896 over 8. If you simplify that, that'll give us 10.58, which is option B. Question number 41 is from statistics also, which is cumulative frequency curve. In cumulative frequency curve, cumulative frequency is plotted against what? Is plotted against upper class boundary. Upper class boundary is plotted, cumulative frequency is plotted against upper class boundary, which is option A. Question number 41 and 42 are to be, 42 and 43 rather, to be, this is a typographical error. Each table is to be used to answer question number 42 and 43. The first thing said that what is the median of this distribution? Median is tag Q2. So median is tagged Q2, and that's already there also. I think this is already labeled. That will be 49.5. So it's already labeled as Q2 is the line that is here. They already labeled is, which is our median Q2. That's 49.5, which is option C. Then for question number 43, you have to estimate the pass mark if 60% of the student pass. So we have to estimate the pass mark if 60% of the student pass. And the total number of students that we have here is 50, because that's the highest, the highest cumulative frequency there is 50. And if 60 pass, then we have to estimate number of people that failed. If student to get the pass mark, we need to estimate the number of students that fail. If 60% pass. If 60% pass, that means 40% will failed. So you can now find a 40 percentile of total frequency, which is 50. So we have okay, if 60% pass, 40% failed, we'll be having 40 over 100 times 50, and that gives us 20 position. The pass mark will be in the 20th position. So you go to your graph and draw a straight line here, and you trace it down. So draw a straight line that's already there. You trace it down, and that should give us we have 5 lines in between the. We have 5 lines in between this box and this box, and we are having 10 between 10 unit between the between them. So that means 2 lines should be each line should be 2. So then we are having this line is falling. I can't see the graph very well, but I think it's between the second and the third line. So 6 plus assuming is 4. Okay, okay, assuming it's 5 9 in the middle now. So 5 plus 39.5 will give us 44.5. But that is not the highest that he has here is 43.5. So you can still go with 43.5 as our answer. Question 44 is from the logical sorry, pardon me, is from the propositional logic. Thank you. Propositional logic. P represent the proposition that today fail our mathematics test, and the Q represent the proposition today is lazy. We have to write the a compound statement if P then Q. If P then Q, and you have the option to be that it means that if Tunde fail a mathematics test, then Tunde is lazy, or then he is lazy, or she's lazy. I don't know whether, okay, they say her. Okay, if that is, if Tunde fail a mathematics test, then she is lazy. So we should now look for the option that represent this compound statement there. Tunde fail because she's lazy? No. Tunde fail or Tunde fail or is lazy? No. Then C, if Tunde fail my mathematics test, then she is lazy. That's the answer. Tunde fail mathematics and only if she is lazy? No. So the option is option C for question number 44. Question number 45. What is the lower boundary of interval 0 to 4? Said the lower class boundary. You have to remove 0.5 from that. So 0 minus 0.5 will give us a minus 0.5, which is option A for question number 45. Then question number 46 is from polygon, which is plane geometry. The interior angle of a regular polygon is 6 times its exterior angle. Find the number of sides of the polygon. So we have to know that the interior angle, not angles, that means they're talking about each interior angle of regular polygon is 6 times each exterior angle. So this is angle, not angles. So they are referring to each interior, each exterior. So what is each interior angle of a regular polygon? That will be n minus 2 multiplied by 180 over n. And each exterior is 360 over n. So that means this formula is equals, each interior equals to 6 times each exterior. That will give us this statement here, which I believe you understand. This is each interior is equals to 6 times each exterior. So 6 will multiply 360, that will give us this. N minus 2 into bracket 180 over n equals to 2160 over n. Then from there we can cross multiply, and n will cancel n at both sides, so you'll be having n minus 2 into bracket 180 equals to 2160. We can divide both sides by 180, so divide this one by 180, you'll be having n minus 2. Divide this by 180, you'll be having 12. So then 2 come here, you have equals to 14. So that means the polygon has 14 sides. Question number 47 is from the probability also. A fair coin is tossed once. What is the probability of getting a head or a tail? A pair coin is tossed once. What's the probability of getting a head or a tail? Probability of getting a head in a coin is half. Probability of getting a tail in a coin is also half. All means plus. So the sample space for a coin is head, tail. So probability of a head or a coin will be 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2. That will give us 1. So that will give us option D. Now question number 48 also is from probability. We are given this table. A number is picked from the magic box given. What is the probability that it is exactly divisible by 4? So we are looking for a favorable outcome there to get the probability. So that will be number divisible by 4. That is 16. One of them, this is 1. Divisible by 4, this is 2. 4 can go in 4. Divisible by 4, nothing here. Divisible by 4, nothing here. 8 is divisible by 4, and 12 is divisible by 4. So you have a 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those are the number that are divisible by 4 there. So that gives us 4 of them out of total number of data here is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 gives us 16. So that gives us 4 over 16, which is 1 over 4, which is option B. Question number 49 is from the statistics as well. The table shows the ages in a mathematical competition. Ages 13 to 17. Number of students, you have this. Calculate the difference between the median and the mode. So you have to find the median first. If you add these numbers together, the number of students here together, that gives us 5. 1 plus 2 is 1 plus 5, 4 is 5, plus 2, 7, plus 2, 9, plus that's 10. So that's an even number. So you have 10 over 2. That gives us 5 positions. So the median is in the 5th position. So that will give us uh 1 plus 4 gives us 5. So the median is 14. Then to get the mode will be the number with the highest frequency, that is the highest frequency is 4, that will be 4 also. So that will be 14 also as the mode. So the median is 4, the mode is 4 as well. So the difference between them will be 0. 14 minus 14 is 0. So which is option D. Question number 50, which is the last question for the objective, is also from the probability. A coin is tossed and a die is thrown. What's the probability of getting a head and a perfect square? So when I sample space for a coin is head, tail, and the sample space for throwing a die is 1 to 3, 1 to 6. Then probability of a head is 1 over 2, and means times. So hand means you need to multiply them. Perfect square. What are the perfect square here? We have 1 and we have 4. So that means 2 out of 6. So probability of a head and a perfect square is 1 over 2, which is head. And probability of perfect square is 2 over 6. That's 1 over 3. So that gives us 1 over 6, which is option D. So we have been able to complete all the objective question for the public secondary school in Lagos State for SS2 students, their third term mathematics examination for 2024. So I've just completed the objective part, and I want to believe that it is educative and interesting. So before we move to the theoretical part, don't forget, if you're here to subscribe to this channel, please do that right away. And please don't forget to like this video and comment in the comment section of this video. And please share this video. It is very important you share it with all the platforms that you have or that you belong to, social media that you belong to. Share it. There are students out there who doesn't know about this platform, and they are desperately in need of this material, and the only way you can help them is by sharing this video so that they can be aware of this platform. Now let's quickly go to the theoretical part of the video of this question. Now the first question say that in the triangle PQR, angle R is 53 degrees and Q, which is side, small letter Q represents side, is 3.56 meters, and the small letter R, which is also talking about side R, 4.28 meters. We have to calculate capital letter Q, which is representing the angle Q. So the question is from the either sine rule or cosine rule. So the question is from sine rule or cosine rule. So when we draw the diagram, we'll be able to know which one it is, whether sine or cosine rule. So that means there's a triangle PQR. So I can draw a triangle to represent triangle PQR. So let's say this is the triangle now. I will label it PQR. If I label it PQR, good. Then there should be an angle also. There should be angles for P, Q, and R. We are given angle R, which is this angle here, to be 53 degrees located. And then we are given this side Q, which is the side facing angle Q. So that means this side should be side Q. So that would be 3.56. So, and we are also given the side R, which is the side facing angle R here, which is this side, to be 4.28, which is this. So this is 3.56. We have to find angle Q, which is this angle here. This is this angle here. So that means if I should ask you which principle are you going to apply, sine rule or cosine rule, we cannot apply trigonometric ratio here because it is not a right angle triangle. So we are left with sine rule or cosine rule. We cannot, this will work for sine rule because we have a pair complete. There's a video on my channel also where I discuss sine rule and cosine rule. So go to that video, you will see how to work with sine rule and cosine rule, and how to solve triangle with those two principles and when to use them. I discuss extensively on the sine rule and cosine rule. You can check my video, the playlist of this video. Sorry, check the video on my channel. You will find out a video on sine rule and cosine rule. Then from there we can apply sine rule. So that means we have to formulate the sine rule based on this question. So this is the pair that is complete because the angle is given and the side facing is given. So that's a pair. And the second pair is not given completely. We have the side facing the angle we are looking for. So that means I will have sine r over side facing it equals to sine q over the side facing it. So using sine rule, we have sine 53 over 4.28 equals to sine q over 3.56. If you can cross multiply from there, we have a 4.28 sine q equals to sine 53 multiplied by 3.56. You can divide both sides by 4.28 to get sine q. So that will give us this. If you simplify this one, that will give us a 0. This times this divided by this, they give us 0.6643. Our aim is to find q. So you can find q by finding the sine inverse of this side. So q is equal to sine inverse of 0.6643. Q will be equal to 41.63 degrees. So 2 decimal places. So that's the value of angle q for question number 1. Question number 2 is from the simplification of a fraction. We have 1 over 2 of 1 over 4 plus 1 over 3 divided by 1 over 6 minus 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. So we know that of is talking about multiplication. So that will give us 1 over 2 times 1 over 4 plus 1 over 3 over 1 over 6 minus 3 over 4 plus 1 over 2. For the numerator, this is we have to apply Bodmer, so multiplication will come before addition. And for the denominator, you are having subtraction and addition, so we can find the LCM of the denominator and add and subtract for the denominator. But for the numerator, you have to apply the Bodmer, so we have 1 times 1 will give us 1 over 2 times 4 is 8. So that will give us 1 over 8 plus 1 over 3 at the numerator. At the denominator here, we have the LCM of 6, 4, 2 to be 6, 12. Then 6 in 12 is 2, 2 times 1 give us 2, minus 4 in 12 is 3, times 3 will give us 9, plus 2 in 12 is 6, times 1 give us 6. Then from there, now numerator, now we are now having addition, so we can now apply the LCM also. LCM of 8 and 3 is 24. So you'll be having 24 here. Then divided by, so we have 8 in 24 give us 3, 3 times 1 give us 3 plus 3 in 24 is 8, 8 times 1 give us 8 over here 2 minus 9 is minus 7, then minus 7 plus 6 give us minus 1 over 12, then 3 plus 8 will give us 11 over 24, then the division can be written as division like this, minus 1 over 12. You can now change this one to times. So that will give us 11 over 24 times minus 12 over 1. So 12 can go in 24. That will give us a 2. So that will give us a minus 11 over 2, which is a minus 5 over 1 over 2. So that's solution for question number 2. Question number 3 is from the mensuration of solid shape. Mensuration of solid shape. We have to find the volume of the heating boiler shown below. So what made up of this boiler? We are having here this diagram here. This diagram I'm trying to highlight on, that's a cylinder, and on top of cylinder we are having an hemisphere, another hemisphere as well. Hemisphere is the half of a sphere. So we are having three shapes here now. Cylinder at the middle, this is an hemisphere, another hemisphere. So we have to find the volume of the whole shape, which is called the heating boiler. So that should be the volume of the cylinder plus the volume of the hemisphere plus the volume of the hemisphere. So, and we know that the volume of an hemisphere plus another volume of an hemisphere will give us the volume of a sphere, a full sphere. Hemisphere plus hemisphere will give us a sphere. So that will give us the volume of a cylinder plus volume of a sphere now, to be the volume of the whole shape. So like I said here, volume of the boiler is volume of hemisphere plus volume of cylinder plus volume of hemisphere, which is the same thing as the volume of sphere. Hemisphere plus hemisphere give us a sphere, then plus volume of cylinder. And the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cube, plus volume of a cylinder is pi r square h. So something is common to this. I think pi r square is common, so you can factorize that. So pi r square into 4 over 3r plus h. Then you can now simplify by putting the values given. Our pi is 22 over 7, even though it was not given, times the radius is 0.2 meters, so squared into bracket 4 over 3 times the radius 0.2 plus height is 1. And if you simplify this here, you have 0.125714. If you simplify the bracket, we have this. And if you multiply out, you have 0.15932.238 meter cube as the volume of the boiler. Question number 4 is from word problem also. The sum of the ages of Kwali and Dabi is 46. In 4 years' time, the ratio of their ages will be 7:2. What are their present ages? Like I told you, it's a word problem leading to simultaneous equation. Word problem leading to simultaneous equation. So use K to represent Kwali, and let's use Dabi to represent D to represent Dabi here. So K represent the age of the Kwali, and D represent the age of Dabi. So the sum of their ages is 46 years. So that gives us a equation 1. So K plus 46 will give us K plus B equals 46 is equation 1. Then in 4 years' time, can you tell me the age of, what will be the age of Kwali in 4 years' time? That should be K plus 4. In 4 years' time, Kwali will be K plus 4 years. And in 4 years' time, Dabi will be B plus 4 years also. And in 4 years' time, if this is the age in 4 years' time, the ratio of their ages will be 7:2. So that means this ratio, this will be equals to 7:2. So that gives us a K plus 4 ratio B plus 4 equals to 7:2. And we know that ratio means division. So you have K plus 4 over B plus 4 equals to 7/2. You can cross multiply from there. That gives us a 2 into K plus 4 equals to 7 into B plus 4. Expand the bracket, that gives us a 2K plus 8 minus 7B plus 28. Collect like times as well. We'll be having 2K minus 7B equals to 28 minus 8. That gives us a 20. So you can call this one equation 2 from there. We can now solve these two equations simultaneously now. So by eliminating one of the unknown. So let's try to eliminate B. So we need to first make their coefficient to be equal. So you can multiply equation 1 by 7 and multiply equation 2 by 1. So multiply equation 1 by 7. So as to make this one 7B, and multiply equation 1 by 1. So if I multiply equation 1 by 7, that will give us 7K plus 7B equals to 322. And multiply equation 2 by 1, that will still give us a 2K minus 7B equals to 20. Then we can now add these two equations so as to eliminate B. If you have 7K plus 2K, that gives us a 9K equals to 322 plus 20, that gives us a 342. Divide both sides by 9, K will be 38. Then from equation 1, you can find the value of our B. So K plus B equals to 46. 38 plus B equals to 46. B will be equals to 46 minus 38. B is equals to 8. So that means their percent ages, Kwali will be 38 and Dabi is 8 years. So Kwali is 38, Dabi is 8 years. So that's the solution for question number 4. Question number 5 is from circle geometry. It's from circle geometry. You can also go to my YouTube channel. There's a video where I explain circle geometry in full. A single video where I explain circle geometry, all the theorems, and we solve a lot of questions on that in that video. So you can reference that video to understand circle geometry as well. So you have to calculate angle MOL, which is the angle that is here, small angle here. You have to find that angle MOL in the circle here. So what are we giving? We are giving this angle 15 degrees. We are giving this angle 50 degrees. So how can we find this angle MOL? Now, what can we say? Line OM is a radius. and line OY is a radius as well. That makes triangle OMY an isosceles triangle. So triangle OMY is an isosceles triangle. So that means this angle here is 15 degrees. Then we can find this angle OYM, which is also 15 degrees. Base angles of isosceles triangles are equal. So if you know that angle, we can now use that to find the whole angle MOY. The whole angle here, you can find the third angle in that triangle using sum of angle in a triangle. Then also from this triangle LOY, that triangle is also an isosceles triangle. Line OY is a radius, line OY is also a radius, so triangle LOY is also an isosceles triangle. So that means base angle also are supposed to be equal. So that means this angle is also equal to angle OYL, which is the whole angle that is here. So that means you can now use that to find the third angle inside this triangle using sum of angle in a triangle. Then after getting this, we can now remove what we get from the whole angle that is here that we got before, and that will now give us the angle we are looking for here. So I think that's the solution to that question. So let's see the writing. Side OL is equal to side OY. They are radii. Then that means that make angle triangle OLY an isosceles. I said side OL is equal to side OY. That make triangle OLY an isosceles triangle, which is correct. That means angle OYL, which is the angle here, will be 50 degrees also, which is base angle of isosceles triangle. So that means this angle here is equal to this angle here. So that means you can now find angle LOY, which is the angle here, third angle inside the triangle. Using sum of angle in a triangle, I mean that angle will be 180 minus 50 minus 50, that will be 80 degrees. Sum of angle in a triangle. Then also side OM is equal to OY. We are both radii as well, like I've explained. Then that means triangle MOY is an isosceles triangle. This triangle is also an isosceles triangle, which is correct. It means that angle OYM, the angle, small angle here, will be 15 degrees also, because it is equal to this angle here, base angles of isosceles triangle. Then you can now find the whole angle that is here, which is angle MOY. So that means angle MOY will be 180 minus 15 minus 15, that will be 150 degrees, raising sum of angle in a triangle. Therefore, our aim is to find angle MOL, which is the small angle here. Angle MOL will be angle MOY, the whole angle here, minus angle LOY, which is the small angle here. And we already have our MOY, which is 150 degrees, and our LOY is 80 degrees. So that will give us 150 minus 80, that gives us 70 degrees to be angle MOL. Question number 6 is from the logarithm. We have to use the logarithm table to evaluate fourth root of 0.0763 divided by 309 times 0.008465 to correct to 3 significant figure. So the first thing is to draw a table. You have the number, we have the log. Then from there you can start imputing this number one after the other. The first number is 0.0763. So and you know that the logarithm of this number is going to be divided into two parts. We have the characteristics and the mantissa. So the characteristics is what you need to get first. So what's the characteristics of this number? That is bar 2. So the characteristic of that number is bar 2. Then point. Then now go and check on your logarithm table. Check 76 under 3. That gives us 88.25. So that's everything in the numerator. We now go back to the denominator here. The first number there is 309. So you get the characteristic of 309. That is 2. Then now check 30 on your logarithm table. Now check 30 under 9. So that gives us a 2.4899. Then the next number is 0.008465. What's the characteristic of this number? Characteristic of this number is bar 3. So you now go and check your logarithm table. 84 under 6 difference 5. So check 84 under 6, whatever you get. Check difference 5. You now add it to whatever you get under 86. Under 86. When you check on 86 under 4, you add it to whatever you get under difference 5. So the characteristic is about 3. So you have about 3.9276. Then in the denominator we have times in between them. So that means you are going to add this number and this number, this logarithm and this logarithm together. So if you add them together, that will give us 9 plus 6 is 15. That will give us 5. Then 1 plus 9 is 10 plus 7. That will give us 17. We write 7 down. 1 plus 8 plus 1, 2 is 11. Write 1 down. Then 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 9. That's 14. Write 4 remainder 1. Point 1 plus 2 is 3. Then 3 plus minus 3. That will give us a 0. So that will give us a 0.4175. So this is the result for the numerator, and this is the result for the denominator. So in between them, you're having divisions. So that means you're going to subtract them. So that means you'll be having the value here, can bring it out. And this is for the numerator, and this for the denominator, can also bring it out here. Then you now subtract the answers because of this division. When you subtract, 5 minus 5 is 0. Then 2 minus 7 is impossible. You borrow from here, that's 12 minus 7, that gives us 5. Here you're having 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. Then 8 minus 4 is 4. Then you're having about 2, which is minus 2 minus 0, that gives us about 2. Then you now go to the fourth root now. So you're having fourth root of this answer. So that means you're going to divide your answer by 4. Whatever you get, you're going to divide it by 4. So you are divided by 4. Then because this number is having bar, and 4 cannot go in bar 2 directly, so you need to improvise by changing this bar 4 to a number, to 2 numbers you can add together to give us bar 2, and one of them is a bar, one of them is a negative number, which is a factor of 4, and that is bar 4 plus 2. Bar 4 plus 2 will give us about 2, and 4 can go in bar 4. So that will now replace bar 2 here. So you have a bar 4 plus 2.4650 divided by 4. Then from there, bar 4 can go in bar 4, that gives us bar 1. Then you now press your calculator, 2.4650 divided by 4. That gives us 0.6163. Then bar 1 plus 0 gives us bar 1.6163. So you have this. So from there, that gives us about 1.6163 as our answer. After dividing the result of everything inside the key fourth root by 4, that gives us this. So we now find the antilog of this to get our answer. So antilog of about 1.6163. So the first thing to write is to first of all write 0. Then you leave this bar 1. Don't leave it for now. So you now go to your antilog table, you go and check 61 under 6 difference 3. 61 under 6 difference 3. Whatever it give you, you'll be having 0 point something. Then you now go back to your characteristic here, which is bar 1. You now add 1 to it, that gives us 0. So that means you are not moving your decimal point at all. So you now write your answer. So your answer will now be 0.4133 as the answer for question number 6. Question number 7 is from the angle of elevation and depression. It's from angle of elevation and depression. The angle of depression of the top and bottom of a flagpole from a tower of height 72 meters are 51 degrees and 72 degrees respectively. So that means you're having two quantities here. You're having two materials here. We have flagpole, you have tower. So the tower is meant to be higher, taller than the flagpole. So that means there's a tower, and there's also a flagpole. So one, it should be longer than the other one. So this is the tower, and we are told that it's 72 meters high. So the tower is 72 meters high, and this is the flagpole in front of it. They are both on the same horizontal level. But the question says that the angle of depression of the top and bottom of a flagpole from a tower. So that means something is on the tower here, observing the top and the bottom of the flagpole. This is the flagpole here. So the angle of depression is from the tower, from the top of the tower. So somebody is on the tower here. Are we here? Somebody is on the tower here, observing the top and the bottom of the flagpole. So if somebody is here, where should be the original side of the person? It's supposed to be straight like this. That person is supposed to be looking straight here, because the angle of depression and angle of elevation is always between the initial site and the new site of the object they are referencing. So somebody is here observing the top and the bottom of a flagpole. So that means the person is supposed to be looking straight like this. Now the person now look down at the top of the flagpole. So that means between this there will be an angle here, angle of depression, because he left the initial side to look down. So there's an angle of depression here, which is what, 51 degrees. Then the person also left the initial side to look at the bottom of the flagpole. From here you look down also. That means between this line as well and here there's another angle here, which is an angle of depression also, which is 62 degrees as well. Are we here? Good. If the pole and the tower are on the same horizontal ground, so they are both on the same ground, so that is what it's saying. Calculate the height of the flagpole correct to 1 decimal place. So we are looking for from here to here. That's the height of the flagpole. So this is the diagram. But how do we do this? How do we improvise this? So we are looking for from here to here. So the first thing to do is to bring all this angle of depression into the triangle. So if this angle here is 62 degrees, so that means the angle here also should be 62 degrees, because the angle here and the angle here, they are alternate angles. So the angle here will be 62 degrees. Then also this angle here also 51 degrees should come into this triangle. So that means we can draw an imaginary straight line here to make this a rectangle. So you can see, you can draw an imaginary straight line here, so that this angle 51 degrees, then you will now be having a triangle here, a right angle triangle here also, so that you can bring this angle 51 degree inside here. So the angle here will be 51 also, because it is alternate to this angle that is here as well. So why are we doing this? Now we are giving the whole height of the tower as 72 meters, and we are looking for the height of the flagpole. So how do we do that? The issue is that if I know from here the height from here to here, if I know the value of this from this point to this point here, if I know it, then if I will remove it from the 72 meter. That will give me from here to here, which is same thing as the height of the flagpole here. So all you need to do is to find the from here to here using this right angle triangle that is here. And that will not be possible unless we know one of the side of the right angle triangle. And how do we get one of the side of the right angle triangle? From this big right angle triangle, we have this angle 62 degrees, and we have the whole side here, which is 72 meters. So from there, we can use that to find this side here, this place, which I label X. I can use it to find this side here, label it X. And we know that this side is equal to this side as well of this triangle. So if you know this side, we'll be able to know this side as well. And we now use that to find this side, which we need to remove from 72 to find the height of the flagpole. So let's find this side, which is X, from this right angle triangle here. And what can we use? We are going to use the trigonometric ratio. We are having this side to be opposite of this angle, and this side is adjacent to that triangle. So opposite of adjacent is tan. So we have tan 62. Okay, I label this side Y. I label from here to here Y, so that it could be very easy for us to see. So tan 62 will be 72 over X, cross multiply, and divide both sides by 60, tan 62. That will give us S to be 72 over tan 62. That gives us 38.28 meters. Then that means this side is 38.28 meters. So technically this side also will be 38.28 meters. So we can now also use trigonometric ratio using this right angle triangle here to find the value of y, using opposite over adjacent as well, which will be tan 51 equals to y over tan 51 equals to y over this side, which is 38.28. You can cross multiply from there also. You'll be having y equals to 38.28 times 51. With your calculator, that will give us a 47.28 meters. So that means from here to here is 47.28 meters. Then to now know the height of the flagpole, that will be the whole side here, which is 72 meters, minus the side here, which is 47.28, and that will give us 24.72 meters as the from here to here, which is same thing as the height of the flagpole. We have to take this one to one decimal place. That should give us 24.7 meters to one decimal place. And that's solution for question number 7. And if you want to know better, if you want to understand this question or more question, a similar question like this, go to my video where on angle of elevation and depression on my channel. There's a video where you can learn more on angle of elevation and depression. This question is likely to be there because it's a wire pass question. Now, question number 8 is from statistics. We are given this frequency table. We have to draw a cumulative frequency table. We have to draw a cumulative frequency for this distribution. We're talking about cumulative frequency curve. So the question is a little bit okay. That means they're talking about graph, because there's also a cumulative frequency table. So we don't know which one they want us to do, but because they said draw, that means they're talking about cumulative frequency curve. And from that, you have to find median and 60 percentile. So before we can draw cumulative frequency curve, we need to have cumulative frequency table. We need to have cumulative frequency table before you can draw cumulative frequency curve. And how do we get cumulative frequency table? We already have frequency table given to us. We have the family, which is having the class intervals, and we are given the frequency, which is the number of children they have, and the total frequency here is 100. So this is the frequency table given to us. From this frequency table, we can prepare cumulative frequency table. So in getting cumulative frequency table, we need to add cumulative frequency and upper class boundary to this table to give us a cumulative frequency table. We'll add cumulative frequency, which is this. And how do we get cumulative frequency table? So how do we get cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency is gotten from cumulating our frequency. You add up your frequency from the word cumulate. And how do we do that? The first number your frequency is 2, so you have 2 here. So here you'll be having 2 plus 4, that gives us 6. Sorry, you have 2 plus 2 plus 4 rather, that gives us 6. Are we there? Then 6 plus 9, that gives us 15. 15 plus 13 will give us 28. 28 plus 18 will give us 46. 46 plus 32 will give us 78. 78 plus 13 will give us 91. 91 plus 5 gives us 96. 96 plus 3 give us 99. The 99 plus 1 will give us 100. So with this, we have been able to cumulate the frequency. And don't forget, in your cumulative frequency, the last number we are going to get here must be the total answer when you add your frequencies together. So if it is not, that means there's a mistake in what you have done. Then the next thing you to do is to get the upper class boundary. Upper class boundary is gotten from upper class interval. Upper class boundary is gotten from upper class interval. So you need to add 0.5 to the upper class interval to get upper class boundary. So 0.5 plus 10 will give us 10.5. 20 plus 0.5 plus 20 will give us 20.5. 0.5 plus 30 will give us this, and so on. These upper class boundaries. Then what you are having now is called cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency table. Then with this table now, we can now prepare or draw a cumulative frequency curve, which is what you have to draw. So that we'll do in the next in the next slide. Now this is the graph. Okay, I brought this table. Let's go back, please. In the table here, we will need this upper cumulative frequency and the upper class boundary to draw the cumulative frequency curve. We need this and this to draw the cumulative frequency curve. So that's what I brought here. So we need this upper class boundary and the cumulative frequency to draw the curve. I've already drawn the curve and I will explain how I got it. So although there's a video that I'm going to do very soon on statistics, all the topics on statistics, so I'm still building them up bit by bit, so you watch out for the video. Now, how do we draw this cumulative frequency curve? Your cumulative frequency will be on your y-axis and your upper class boundary will be on your x-axis. So you can see I label it upper class boundary and the cumulative frequency. So I use biro here because so that you can see how I'm using biro. Please don't use biro to draw a graph. Make sure you use your pencil. But because if I use pencil now, you may not be able to see. That's why I use biro to write this. So please use pencil. Then this is our cumulative frequency. So we need to scale our graph based on the value we have on the cumulative frequency. The S number there is 100. So I use a scale of 2 centimeters to represent 10 units on the y-axis. So that means I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and so on. So on every 2 centimeters, which is representing each of the box, I have 10 units on there. Then on the x-axis, which represents the upper class boundary, you will put your upper class boundaries there, starting from the 10.5. Next line will be 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, 50.5, 60.5, 7.5, 80.5, 90.5, 100.5. Are we there? Good. So, and if you look at the upper class boundary as well, there is a difference of 10 from there. That's why I said 10 centimeters represent 10 units also. Sorry, 2 centimeters represent 10 units also on the x-axis. So, but that does not really matter. Now we can now start plotting our graph. So we need to know what one line will be, since in each of the box we have 10 small lines. So on the y-axis we have 10 units for each of the box. So that means one line will be 1 unit, because 10 divided by 10 will give us a 1. So the same thing with x-axis as well. So when our relative frequency was 2, that means we need 2 lines under 10.5, which is the upper class boundary. So you have an asterisk here. Then our cumulative frequency was 6 on the y-axis. So 6, that will be the 6th line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here under 20.5. Our cumulative frequency was 15. That should be after 10. Then that will be 5 lines more after 10. This is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So an asterisk will be here under 30.5. Cumulative frequency was 28. This is 20. Then 28. That means you need more 8 lines. That should give us here under 40.5 for upper class boundary. Then when our cumulative frequency was 46, this is 40. Then so 46, that means you need more 6 lines more. So that will be here under 50.5. So an asterisk will be made here. Then next one is 78. This is 70 here. So we need 8 more lines. So that will give us this here under 60. You have asterisk there also. The next one is 91. This is 90. Then 91 is the next line, which is this one, the one line after 90 under 70.5. The next one is 96. Should be 90, then 6 lines after that. That will give us an 80.5. Then 99, that will be the after 90, the 9th line, which is the before the 100, 90.5. Then the 100 under 100.5. So that will be 100. That will be here under 100.5 here. So that's where we make all this asterisk. Then you now use your pencil and your broom or French curve to draw the curve. So use your what's it called, your broomstick and your pencil to join the points together to form a curve, and then make sure that you start from the origin, and that is why we have this curve, which is the ogive. This is the ogive that they ask us to draw. Then from the graph, let's go back. They ask us to find median and the 60 percentile. So median is the, how do you find the median? Median is 1/2 multiplied by the n, which is the total frequency. So our capital letter n is total frequency here, which is representing the total frequency summation have. So total frequency here is 100. So you'll be having 100, half of 100, that gives us 50, and that's the position of the median. So you go to your graph on your cumulative frequency side, you draw a straight line at 50. So you draw a straight line there, and where it caught the curve, you trace it down to the upper class boundary side, which is the x-axis. So if I draw a straight line here, you have a straight line here like this. Then when you caught the curve, you bring it down. So, and don't forget that one line on the x-axis is 1 as well. So we have 50.5 plus 1 plus 2. So that will be 52.5. So that means the median is 52.5. Then you have to find 60 percentile also, which is a P60. That will be 60%, which is 60 over 100 multiplied by total frequency. That will be 60 over 100 times 100. That will give us a 60%, 60 position as well. That is to say the 60 percentile is in 60 position. Go there also, go to your graph on the 60, draw a straight line there, where it caught the curve, bring it down. So a straight line here, then bring it down as well, and read the value of it on the upper class boundary. And this is the P60, and this is the median. So when you read this, I think that's in the 5th line there, that will be 55.5, I think so, as the 60 percentile. So that's the end of the solution for question number 8. Question number 9 is from bearing. So number 9 is from bearing, and it's very simple as well. The bearing of a school from a point A is 319 degrees. So that means there is a point A and there is school. So the bearing of school from point A, that means from point A, they are trying to locate the school. So what do? You use a cardinal point to represent point A. So I will draw a cardinal point, which is representing point A. Then the bearing of a school from this point A is 319. So this is a 3-degree bearing, and the origin will be from the north, clockwise, and 319 will fall at this point here, where, because from here to here is 90, 180, 270, 360. So 319 will fall here. So I will draw a straight line to join to the school. So I will draw a straight line here. Then the bearing, which is the angle from the north to this line, is 319 degrees. Which I believe you understand that. Good. Then we will now draw a straight line here, which is what we have drawn. You now draw a cardinal point here to represent the school. So another cardinal point will be joined here to represent the school. And I use S to represent school. So we have been able to describe this information here. The bearing of a school from a point A is 319 degrees. Do we understand that? Let's move on. From a point B, 317 meters due east of A. That means there's another point B which is east of A. Are we here? Where is east of A? This is east here. This is east of A. This side is west. This is east of A. There's a point B directly east of A, and the distance between A and B is 317 meters. Are we here? So I will draw. I'm going to draw a straight line here. I will see. Then I'm going to draw a cardinal point there, and cardinal point here to represent this point here is now point B, which B is 317 meters to the east of B. That's what they are saying. So this point here is point B. Do we understand that before I continue? So from point B, this point B here, and where is B? B is 317 meters due east of A, comma, the bearing of the school is 288 degrees. That means from this point B, and B is 370 east of A, the bearing of B of school is 288. That is, from this point B, the bearing of S of school is 288. Good. Where will 288 fall? 288 will fall here also because the bearing is from B to school. So that means 288 will fall here also. So that means I will draw a straight line here to the school. Then the bearing, which is the angle from the north to the line, is 288 degrees as well. Which I believe you understand what you are doing here. So the bearing of this school from point B is 288. That's what is saying. The diagram question is saying, and the B is 317 east of A. So there is the diagram we have to draw. Then we have to calculate the distance between school and A. I have to find from here to here this distance between school and A, which is this side. And that will not be possible unless we first of all need to tidy up the diagram by trying to find the angle that is missing in the diagram. Now, in this diagram now, in this triangle rather, there's no angle inside the triangle yet. So we need to get some angle. Where? Good. Now, we can see that from here to here is 319 degrees. And from the north back to the north is 360. That means we can find the angle that is here. We can find the leftover angle that is here. How do we get that? That will be 360 degrees, which is the whole angle here, minus 319. And that should give us 41 degrees. Do you understand that? Then if you now know 41 degrees to be this angle here, then we know that from the north to the east here, the whole angle that is from here to here, from here to here now, from the north to the east here is 90 degrees. From the north to the east is 90 degrees. Then 90 plus 41 will give us 131. So that means the whole angle inside this triangle here, the whole angle here is 131 degrees, which is the addition of the 90 degrees that is here plus the 41 degrees that is here. That gives us 131 degrees. Good. Also here we can get the angle that is inside the triangle here. You can get the angle here also. How? From the north to the west here, the whole angle here is 270 degrees. From here to the north to the west, the whole angle here is 270 degrees. And we are given from the north to this line to be 288. That means we can find the leftover of the angle inside the triangle, which should be 288 minus 270. And that will give us 18 degrees here. Are we here? Good. And if you know the angle that is here, and we know the angle that is here, we can find the third angle inside the triangle. Since we already know two angles inside the triangle, so you can use sum of angle in the triangle to find the third angle here. So that will be 180 minus 131 minus 18, and that will give us 31 degrees. So now we now have all the three angles inside the triangle. Why did we find all the three angles? Because we are only given one side. And the question says we should find this side of the side SA. We have to find that side, and that will not be possible because we cannot apply trigonometric ratio here because it's not a right angle triangle. That means we are left with sine rule or cosine rule, and we cannot apply cosine rule. So that means we are left with sine rule, and in sine rule we have to get a pair of this side complete. So how do we do that? We have this angle here, which is 31, and the side facing is 317 degrees. So that's a pair. So we are looking for this side. We have to get the angle opposite of that side, which is this angle 18 degrees here. And that's one of the reasons why we find all the angles inside the triangle, so that it can help us. So imagine before we only have this side, we don't have the angle. So we'll not be able to use sine rule in that case, and we'll not be able to use cosine rule. So that's why we are to find the angles, since it is possible to find those angles, so that we can use sine rule. So now that we have this angle and the side facing it, that's a pair. You use it against the side we are looking for, since we have the angle facing it. So using sine rule now, we'll be having sine 31 over 317 equals to sine 18 over the side facing it, which is the side we are looking for, side SA. We can cross multiply from there. Side SA multiplied by sine 31 equals to 317 sine 18. So you can divide both sides by sine 31 to get side SA. So side SA will be equal to 317 sine 18 over sine 31. And that will give us a 190.2 meters as the value of side SA. From here to here is 190.2 meters. Then that's for Roman figure 1. Roman figure 2, question says you should find what is the bearing of A from this school. What is the bearing of this point A from this school here? What is the bearing of A from the school? So that should be the angle from the north to the line that joined the school and A together. So then we are looking for the angle from the north to this point here. So that's the bearing of S from A. That's the bearing of the school from A. That's the angle from the north to the line that joined them together. Then how can we find it? It's very simple. So the first thing to do is that we can find the remaining angle that is here, because we know that from the north to the south, the whole angle here is 180 degrees. So if you can find the angle that is here, then we'll be able to know from here to here by removing the angle here from 180. That will give us the angle we are looking for. And then how do we find this angle here? We already know that this angle here we got here before was 41 degrees. The angle that we find here to get this 131 degree, the angle here was 41 degrees. So that angle is alternate to this angle that is here. So that means this angle here is 41 degree as well. It's alternate to this angle. So if this angle is 41, that means we can now find the bearing of S from A from X. So therefore, the bearing of the point A from the school will be 180 degrees minus 41 degrees. And that will give us 139 degrees for question number 9. So that's solution for question number 9. And I want to say, if you want to know better on bearing, please check the video I have on my channel on bearing. That video is very, very useful, and please share it with you other students who need it. Then the question number 10 is from the statistics. We are told that the marks scored by SS2 student in mathematics test as below. We have the mark, we have this number of students. So you have to calculate the standard deviation of the distribution to 1 decimal place. So we have to find standard deviation, so we can recreate the table to look like this. Then we have mark, which is a class interval, and we have the frequency. If you add the frequency together, that gives us 30. We are looking for standard deviation, but that is not possible unless we know the mean of the data, because in finding standard deviation we need mean. So the first thing to do is to calculate the mean. So mean is calculated by summation fx over summation f. Since this is a group data, summation fs over summation f. And that means we have our f already, but we don't have our x. So the first thing to do is to get the value of your x. And then that's the average of the mark. So that will be 4 plus 0, that gives us 4 divided by 2. So that gives us the value of our x. X will be 2. How do we get 2? That's the average, or the mid mark. So that will be 4 plus 0, that gives us 4 divided by 2, that gives us 2. 9 plus 5, 14 divided by 2, 7. 14 plus 10, 28. 4 divided by 2, 12. 19 plus 15, that's 34 divided by 2, 17. 24 plus 20 is 48 divided by 2, 22. So that's how we got our x. Then we need to find fx. That we need to multiply our frequency and s together. So 1 times 2 give us 2. Then 5 times 7 give us 35. 10 times 12 is 120. 9 times 17 is 153. 5 times 22 is 110. Then we need to sum fs together, summation. So sum this together, that gives us 420. Then you can now return that into this formula. So our mean will be 420 divided by 30, and that should give us 14. So that means the mean of this distribution is 14. Don't forget, we are not asked to find mean, but we need to find it to find our standard deviation. The formula for standard deviation is a summation. Sorry, there's an error here. Summation fx. Sorry, summation f open bracket s minus s bar squared. That's the formula, because this is a group data, not an ungroup data. If it's an ungroup data, then that means there will not be f there, but this is a group data, so we have summation f open bracket x minus s bar squared over summation f. So there's a typographical error here. Although we did the same thing, we do the right thing here. So now you can see that we need our mean because of this x bar. That's why we find mean first. So if you don't have your mean, you will not be able to compute this. So now that we have our x bar, we can now find our x minus x bar. That's what we need to do on this table. So you compute out your x minus x bar. How? This is our x, and this is our s bar here. So you have 2 minus 14, that gives us minus 12. 7 minus 14, that gives us minus 7. 12 minus 14 is minus 2. 17 minus 14 is 3. Then 22 minus 14 is 8. Then from there, we now square your s bar. So you now square your s minus s bar. So you'll be having x minus s bar squared. So whatever you get here, you squared it. That gives us a minus 12 square, 144. Minus 7 square, 49. Minus 2 square, 3 square is 9. 8 square is 64. Then your frequency will now multiply x minus s bar square. So we'll be having f open bracket x minus s bar squared. That is to say your frequency here will multiply this. So you have 1 times 144, that gives us 144. 5 times 49 gives us 245. 10 times 4 is 40. 9 times 9 is 81. 5 times 64 gives us 320. Then you now find the summation of what you get here. Summation of this. Summing together, that gives us 830. Then you now return that into this formula. Standard deviation will be square root of 830 over 30, which if you simplify, that will give us a 5.26 to 1 decimal place. Let's go back. We have to take it to 1 decimal place. That should give us a 5.3 to 1 decimal place. I forgot that the question says you should take it to 1 decimal place. That would be 5.3. Then question number 11. The question is from the Surds. The question is from Surds. We are given that 2 Surds 3 plus 3 Surds 2 over 2 Surds 3 minus 3 Surds 2 is equal to n plus n Surds 6. We have to find the value of n plus n. So we are given this Surds. Then when you simplify it, it should be equal to n plus n Surds 2, Surds 6 rather. So whatever you now get, you can be able to compare both sides to find your m and n. Now let's talk about the left hand side. The left hand side is a Surds divided by another Surds, which means that you are going to rationalize this Surds. So there's what we call rationalization of Surds. So there's also a video I made on Surds. The full teaching on Surds is also in my channel. If you need it, please go there and check the video on Surds. It will really help you understand Surds very well. So we need to rationalize this Surds. Reason because the denominator is in Surds form. And how do we rationalize? You need to find the conjugate of the denominator. So we now multiply up and down by the conjugate of the denominator. And the conjugate of 2 Surds 3 minus 3 Surds 2 is 2 Surds 3 plus 3 Surds 2. So we now multiply up and down by 2 Surds 3 plus 3 Surds 2, which is what you're having here. Are we there? So now this will multiply this, then the denominator also multiply themselves. So the denominator, this and this, they are difference of 2 squares. If you can see, we have this and this, we have minus and plus, and we have this and this. So they are different of 2 squares. So instead of me expanding bit by bit, I can just apply the difference of 2 square method. So that will be square of this minus square of this, which is what you're having here. But the numerator is not a difference of 2 squares, so you have to multiply out bit by bit. So we have 2 Surds 3 times 2 Surds 3. That's what you're having here. Plus 2 Surds 3 times 3 Surds 2. That's what you're having here. Plus 3 Surds 2 times 2 Surds 3. That is this. Plus 3 Surds 2 times 3 Surds 2. That's what you're having here as well. I could have done it straight, but I just want you to understand what you are doing there. So let's multiply out bit by bit. 2 times 2 will give us a 4. Then Surds 3 times Surds 3 give us 3. So then we have 4 times 3 that give us 12. So we have 12 there. Plus next one, we have 2 times 3 that give us 6. Then Surds 3 times Surds 2 give us Surds 6. So that give us 6 Surds 6. That's what we have in here. Plus 3 times 2 give us 6. So 2 times Surds 3 will give us a Surds 6. That give us a plus of 6, plus 6 of 6, and that is this as well. Plus 3 times 3 will give us 9. Then so 2 times 2 will give us a 2. Then 9 times 2 will give us a 18. So you're having 12 plus 6 or c plus 6 or c plus 18 over 2 or 3 square. That will give us a 12. Reason 2 or 3 square means 2 or 3 times 2 or 3. Then 2 times 2 give us 4. Then 3 times 3 will give us a 3. 3 times 4 will give us this 12 here. Likewise here as well, 3 or 2 square will give us a 18, because this one means 3 or 2 in 2 places. 3 times 3 will give us 9. So 2 times 2 will give us 2. 2 times 9 is 18. From there, if you simplify this one further, I can calculate like times 12 plus 18 will give us a 30. 6 or c plus 6 or c will give us a 12 or 6. So we'll be having 30 plus 12 or 6 over 12 minus 18 is minus 6. So 6 is common here. You can factorize 6 here. You cannot have 30 plus 12 together because of this or 6, but you can factorize 6 here. You'll be having 6 into 5 plus 2 so 6 over 6. Over 6 rather, not for 6. So 6 can cancel 6 here. You'll be having minus open bracket 5 plus 2 so 6. The minus open the bracket, you'll be having minus 5 minus 2 so 6 equals to this our m plus n so 6. So from there now we can now compare both sides to know our m and n. If you compare this, though, our m will be minus 5. And if you compare this and this, our n will be minus 2. So our aim is to find m plus n. So therefore m plus n will be minus 5 plus minus 2, which is going to give us a minus 7 as our answer for question number 11. Then the last question for today is from probability. A bag contains 7 black and 3 white bits. 3 bits are picked one after the other without replacement. Find a probability of obtaining 1 white, 1 black, and 1 white in that order. 2 black bits, at least 2 black bits, at most 2 black bits. So this question is from probability, like I said earlier, and we are having 7 black bits. That B stands for black, and W stands for white. So that means you have 10 balls in total. And this is a probability with condition, which is without replacement. So the probability is with condition, and the condition is without replacement. So when we pick first ball, we will not replace it before we pick the second, and will not still replace second before we pick the third. So since 3 bits are picked at the same one after the other without replacement. So what's probability of the first one is 1 white, 1 black, and 1 white. So the probability of 1 white, 1 black, 1 white in that order. Because I say in that order, that means you cannot change it. But had it been they did not put in that order, that means you still have more option. That means I can have black, white, white, or what's it called, white, black. So that means you'll be having 3 options. But the question says in that order, that means you cannot change it. So let's find the probability of this. So the probability of picking the first white, that will be 3 over 10 times probability of picking the black, that will be 7 out of 9, because we have already picked one first ball and we did not replace it. So that will be 7 over 9 times to pick the second white ball. That means you'll be having 2 now, because you already picked the first white ball. So you'll be having 2 out of 8. So that will give us a 3 over 10 for the first white ball, 3 over 10 times for this first white black ball, that will be 7 out of 9, since the ball has been reduced by 1 when you pick this one. Then times for picking the second white, we have already picked the first white before and we did not replace it. That means the white is now reduced to 2 and total ball is now reduced to 8, because you have already picked 2 balls. So that means you'll be having this. If you simplify it, you have 7 over 120. Then for the next question, probability of obtaining 2 black bits. 2 black bits. So I mean you'll be having 2 black bits and 1 white. So don't forget that 3 bits were picked, so it had to be 3 at the same every time. So But in this case, that means you're having two black bits when 3 bits were picked. So technically, the third one will be white. That's what it means. So and they didn't say in that order. So that means this one will have option. So two black bits. That means you'll be having black, black, white, and then white, black, white, and sorry, black, black, white, then black, white, black, and white, black, black. So you'll be having three options in this case. Like look, you can see the options now. So since they didn't say two black bits in that order, so that means you can have black, black, white. Here we are still having two blacks, or probability of black, white, black. You can see we are still having two black also here, or probability of white, black, black. We are still having two blacks here as well. So if you now put that into the solution, the values into this, probability of the first black will be 7/10, multiplied by probability of second black, that will be 6/9, multiplied by probability of the first, the white, now that will be 3/8. So that will give us 7/10 times 6/9 times 3/8. Then here plus probability of the first black, that will be 7/10, multiplied by probability of this first white, that will be 3/9, multiplied by probability of the second black, that will be 6/8, plus the next one, the last one, probability of white, that will be 3/10, plus multiplied by probability of the first black, that will be 7/9, multiplied by probability of for the last black, that will be 6/8. So we are having the same values here. This and they are the same results if you look at it. So very well, we are having this. Whatever you get here, you're going to get here, you're going to get here as well. So that means I can simplify one and multiply my answer by 3 instead of wasting my time, since they are the same thing, just that they are rearranged. So that means I have 3 multiplied by, if I simplify this one, I'm going to get 7/40. If I multiply by 3, that will give us a 21/40 for the probability of two black bits. Then the third one, probability of obtaining at least two black bits. Probability of obtaining at least two black bits. That means I must have two black bits or more. Meaning of at least mean the minimum is two black bits in when we pick 3 bits. The minimum could be two black bits or more. So don't forget that we have already done probability of two black bits here, which are this, or more. More means that I can have the 3 bits to be 3. So that means I will be having at least two black bits, means that the probability of this plus this plus 3 of them being black bits. Don't forget, at least mean 3. At least means the least. The minimum bits. The minimum we are having there is that you must be having 2 black bits. So we have done the probability of 2 black bits before, which is what you're having here. But the same the minimum should be 2 black when you pick 3. So that means you could also pick the 2 is the minimum of the blacks that we are having here. So it could also be 3 of them could also be black. So we are having that 3 of them could be black. So you're having probability of a BBB added to the probability of picking at least 2 blacks. So that means you already had the value of this one before. That would be 21/40. Then all you need to do is to simplify this one. So that would be 21/40 plus probability of the first black will be 7/10 times probability of second black 6/9, probability of third black 5/8. So if you simplify this, that will give us, if you simplify this one, that will give us 7/24 plus 21/40. If you find the LCM and simplify, that will give us 49/60. Then for the last one, we have to find probability at most 2 blacks bits. At most 2 black bits. At most 2 black bits. At most 2 black bits. What does that mean literally? That means that the highest black bits there must be 2 in our option. The highest there must be 2, at most 2 black bits. So how do we get that? That is means as a 1 minus probability of at least 2 black bits. So that should give us a 1 minus 49/60, and that should give us 11/60 as the answer for that. So that is the solution to all the questions that we promised to solve, and I want to believe that it quite interesting. And you can see that the theory were 12 in number, not 10, and that's why it take a longer time like this. And please, I'm begging you, for God's sake, in as much that you enjoy this and you have learned one or two things from this video, the best thing you can do for us is to share this video across all the platforms that you have. I know you will have students, your mates, who have not seen this video or who are yet to know the platform or this channel. Please help us to share this video across the platform that you have, so that you will help us improve this channel, so that we will do more for you. And whether you're on what's it called, WhatsApp, the Facebook channels, Instagram, or whatsoever platform you belong to, in as much that there are children out there who are in school and who are going to be writing the examination, they will definitely need this video to help them sit or prepare for examination like this. So, and if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please click the subscribe button on the channel right now. Share this video, like the video, and drop your comment in the comment section of this video, and so that to help us improve on our next video. In our next video, we are going to be solving the SS1 question, also for SS1 student on general mathematics, and also we're going to be talking about the further mathematics question also, to help you all. And I want to believe you have enjoyed this video, and thank you for listening and watching, and may the good Lord bless you. I will see you in the next video. Bye.